everybody, and welcome along to VSL F1. This is round number 6 of season 9, and we head to one of my favourite tracks on the calendar actually to commentate on. It is Spielberg in the Red Bull Ring for the Austrian Grand Prix. I think we could call it many names. It was first known as the Austria Ring back in the 1970s, and then it was the A1 Ring in the 1990s, and then obviously like we know it today, like I just said, the Red Bull Ring. More about the history in just a few moments time. Now, as you probably noticed, it is just me in the commentary box tonight. I'm Jess Bull. Liam, unfortunately, due to personal circumstances that I can't go through on the stream, because it'll be a bit rude of me if I do. He can't make it tonight, but hopefully he'll be back next week for the, I believe it's a sprint race at Silverstone. Has done that. So, championship wise, well, we don't know what the championship is at the moment because the standings hasn't been updated, but Kieran has been showing his consistent self throughout the season, and as far as my maths are correct, he is currently leading the standings. So, without further ado, let's get into the qualifying. And for those of you that are brand new to VSL, it is a short qualifying. It's a 15-18 minute qualifying, and obviously due to situations I had to sort out off stream, that's why obviously we only have 7 minutes and 50 seconds left of qualifying. So just bear with us, guys. But it is a dry qualifying at the moment. Hopefully we will see if it's going to be a dry race. I think it is, but I think someone in the chat can possibly confirm on that. But I will do in just a moment. Now, why is there no sound on my Elgato? Right, I'm going to have to fix that. I was wondering why I couldn't hear anything. I think it's all good now. Yay, it's all good. Hurrah. That's why you should test your stream before we start. But anyway, we'll go for your order. So AFC is one of our reserves. He's currently sitting in provisional pole position with a 104.7. Expect to be in the 104s tonight. Jinx in second with a 104.8. Now, there was Stuart reports, which was a bit last minute to be fair, again due to circumstances, busy schedules and stuff like that, and due to obviously the game being a bit glitchy in terms of penalties, in terms of the pit lane around France, Jinx's 10-second penalty got removed, so that means he won the French Grand Prix last week instead of Cam. So, and there was quite a few other penalties that got removed. I think the only ones that didn't get removed was Gareth and Mata, because they cut the pit lane entry and they had all four wheels off the circuit. So we've got Slenderman in third with a 104.837. Then we got dip into the 105 with Flexi with a 105.046. Charlie Harris in fifth with a 105.142. Speed Knighton in 6th with a 105.156. Timo in 7th with a 105.194. Philly in 8th with a 105.484. Then we got Shane up to the line. We'll see if he can improve. I think he's just about to start his next run, so I will let him do that. Hayden has, I think, just back off his run. He just completed one of a 105.776. Then we got Kieran with a 105.966, and then Casper still yet to set a lap time yet. And Cam, as tradition dictates for him, he is going to be starting from the back. So I'm going to tweet right now that we are definitely live. So just bear with, guys. Okay, so I've got the tweet sorted out, luckily. So we got people on runs, so we'll follow Jinx as he goes on his first lap in his final part qualifying. Now, I've noticed that some of the drivers have gone early, so does that mean we could have a threat of rain on the horizons very soon? So you're going to be heading towards turn number 3. The kick before that, turn number 2, I don't really class as a corner, but according to the official F1 track map, you count it as turn 3. Now you're going to be heading towards turn 4, which is past the DRS zone, a common overtaking spot for all the drivers. And you're going to keep to the right hand side a little bit as you head through 5, heading towards turn 6. Aim to as far to the left as you possibly can, as someone was going backwards there. I wasn't sure who it was. I think that was an Alpine car. Jinx is purple sector 2. So this lap is looking very good as he heads towards turn 8 and 9. Be careful for track limits around this corner, because we've seen quite a few people invalidate their runs through turns 8 and 9, and it was a good lap. 104.6, so a tenth quicker than AFC at the moment. Slenderman is about to, I believe, finish his lap, or is he going to go into the pit? No, he is going to go into the pit. Anyone else on the run? Timo at the moment, and for the first time in VSL, there was a patch update on Monday, and we've got the F1, the Ferrari 75th anniversary livery, which does look, I have to say, really, really cool. It's absolutely fantastic. The yellow just suits the red. It just is traditional Ferrari colours. I originally was not sure of the livery to start with, but when I saw it on track, I was like, oh my god, I love it. So it does look really cool, and I'm really glad that Co-Masters have brought this livery into the game, and obviously Timo and Jinx will get to try that out in the race tonight, and I get to try it out in a league race I'm doing on Saturday. So there we go. So that's great to see as well. But obviously I will only see the halo, but which is a bit of a shame. But anyway, Timo's going to come up to the line to finish his next run. Going up to 8th gear, he's using a bit of VRS, so he's probably going to go again. Yes, he's going to go again. So who is on a run next? Charlie Harris. Always great to see Charlie Harris back. He is a reserve, of course. He did win the opening race of the season, looking to capitalise on it. I believe it was, I'm trying to remember if Australia or Bahrain was the opening race of the season. I think it was Australia where he won up to the line, 104.885, which puts him into P4 at the moment. So we've got an AlphaTauri on a run now as well, Finlay. Now he was on a run and he's just warming up his tyres. And then we've got Shane on an outrun, Hayden on an outlap as well. So a lot of people are just warming up their tyres. Now, tyre temperatures are a big thing on this game. You can't expect just to get out of the pit and just go full throttle until the start of your lap. No, you've got to do some of your tyres, warm your tyres, because otherwise it's going to be very cold. It starts off a little bit more colder on this game. So these drivers have got to watch out. So, Kieran then, up to the line, P2. Good lap, and Jinx thinks that he can't go any quicker, so he is retired from the session as Kieran has hit the wall. I don't know how he got damaged there. That was a very close save there. He was probably the most lucky human being I've ever seen. So we will start to see everyone in their final runs now, as it's basically the calm before the storm here in VSL. And still many points to be won or lost in his championship. It is quite a long race. Long season still left to go. Obviously, we got Silverstone next week for the sprint race as Flexi. He heads towards turn 7. As he used a lot of the track limits there as well, but I believe you can get away with that. And if you do, that's what they're going to be doing. And he seems to be using a lot of curb through the final corner. That should gain him a bit of lap time. Puts him into P6, so he stays P6 for now. Next across the line will be Pete Speed Nisen up to the line. 105.3, so he doesn't improve. We've got Mercedes up to the line. Slenderman can only manage 4th place. Timo in the pits. It doesn't look like anyone else is going to improve, but we'll see. Shane. We got Mata first, so we got Mata up to the line first. And he improves by 6 tenths to go P7. So it's just Shane now. He's 2 tenths up in the middle sector. A bit squirmish, so I hope it's not my internet that's causing the problems. But we'll find out in a moment. But Shane can only manage 8. So, with Jinx retiring towards the end of the session, it didn't seem to have mattered. It really didn't. So, fair play to Jinx. It's not his first pole position of the VSL Season 9 season. So he's got another pole position to add to the many list of poles. His teammate can only manage 11th. Now, we only have 14 drivers. We were meant to have 16 in the lobby. So we are missing 2 drivers. There is a few that are on holiday. Tony is missing tonight. He's on holiday. And I'd just like to say a big, massive thanks to Tony for his help for the last couple of days for various reasons. So I do appreciate that. So we'll go through your order then. So we've got Jinx from Kieran, from AFC, from Slenderman, Charlie Harris from Flexi, Mata, Shane, Finley, Pete round up your top 10. And we've got Timo, Hayden, Cam, and Casper. I don't need to scroll up this week, which is brilliant. All down. I managed to go on down, silly me. So, before we head to qualifying, I would just like to make a tribute to Her Late Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. Unfortunately, for those of you that don't know, I know a lot of you know in the UK, but for those of you that don't know, Her Late Queen Majesty Queen Elizabeth II died peacefully in Balmoral on Thursday, and that marked the end of her reign. 70 years to the throne, and she was 96 years old. She was an incredible young woman. She's done so many charitable things. She was head of the Commonwealth. She's given to so many different charities, and that is just absolutely incredible. And I forgot to change scenes, but there we go. But to mark a tribute even more, we at VSL on stream are going to take a minute's silence to pay tribute to her and obviously her closest family and friends, including the current King Charles III. So without further ado, we're going to mark the silence right now. Rest in peace, Your Majesty, the Queen. So there we go. That was the end of our minute silent. And thank you to those of you that have joined in the tribute. And for those of you that haven't noticed already, there'll be quite a few people that will be wearing tribute helmets for Her Late Majesty the Queen. Most people will be wearing black helmets. There's quite a few that will be running the colours of the Platinum Jubilee. So that will show tribute for that as well. So yeah, she came to the throne in 1952, 6th of February. So yeah, it was quite a special place in heart. She was born at 2:40 GMT on the 21st of April 1926, And one of the King Georges was grandfather. And Prince Albert, Duke of York, was later King George, the other George. I'm not good at Roman numerals. Was the second son to the king, and that's why obviously she came in the line of succession quite quickly. Since her birth, the British Empire continued its transformation into the Commonwealth of Nations, and she was head of multiple states, including Australia, New Zealand, and Canada. And I do remember meeting the Queen at the Golden Jubilee, and it was quite special. And who remembers, obviously, the Queen's speeches that happen every Christmas, and the speeches that she made during the COVID pandemic really helped us get through it, and that was very special. And to be honest, she was a special. To be honest, it was a weird feeling. I was speaking to my boss in a call this afternoon with a catch up, because obviously I was catching up with what happened, and I said to him, the Queen felt like a granny to me. I said, and she definitely agreed, because she was a part of my life for the whole life. I've never known anyone else to obviously be Queen of the Monarch, or Queen of the Monarch, and we may not get it in our lifetime. So there we go. But anyway, we're done with the tribute. We are about to get underway with 36 laps of Australia. Hopefully the drivers should ready up now. If you are watching, please ready up. It's been over 2 minutes already. I've been talking for longer. We did a minute silence, and then I was speaking for a bit long. I think I was speaking for 2 minutes. So yeah. So if you're watching, yeah, there we go. You see, they could read my mind. I believe formation lap is on. Now they must commit to the pit lane entry line quite early on. They got to stick to the left, the right hand side. They got to keep to the white line. As long as they keep to the white lines and don't go over it, then they won't get a penalty. If they do cut it, they will get a 5-second time penalty. So thank you to Matter for your tribute in the chat. With Hayden, the hashtag God Save the Queen there, and as Hayden's running a black helmet. Let's see who else is wearing a black helmet. I will go and change scenes, because I'm gonna forget otherwise, and I don't want you to see no action. So here we go. So we got, it's hard to tell, because obviously I got, so Jinx is wearing a black helmet, I can tell, but we got Jinx on the hards, Kieran on the mediums, AFC on the hards, Slenderman on the hards, Charlie Harris on the mediums, Flexi on the mediums, Matter on the hards, Shane on the hards, Fiddly on the mediums, Speed Knighton on the hards, Timo on the hards, Hayden on the mediums, Cam on the hards, and Casper on the hards. So those were your details. Let us know your predictions in the chat on who you think is going to be winning this race. And there's been some winners before. Obviously Jinx has won one. Slenderman, Charlie, Flexi. Quite a few people either won or came close to winning. Obviously Casper won in Canada with his broken brake pedal. I think he's still running with his broken brake pedal, but I will need to confirm with that. He usually messages me quite regularly on Twitter, so I will message him after the stream saying, are you still running with your broken brake pedal? I think the answer to that is yes. So we are about to get started. So fasten your seatbelts for round number 6. One of my favourite circuits. To be honest, I'm gutted that Liam is missing this one. But at least we've got a stream. At least we've got a race. You can also check out Tier 2 as well. So we have got the 5 red lights on your screen right now. Jinx is on pole. Kieran alongside. And it's a long haul, but we are underway here in Spielberg as they go up the hill. One of the Mercedes have got a good start, but we'll see how Kieran gets running down to turn 1. Kieran's had a much better getaway then as they make their way up the hill towards turn 2. But I don't think any major issues at the moment. Knighton's dropped to the back. I think that's it. We got an Aston Martin going side by side into turn 3. Could be 3 wide almost as well. There will be people trying to go for moves early on as well, as a Ferrari has gone off a bit. That's Timo. You'll probably have to get the position back. Flexi up to 4th. AFC trying to make up from lost ground in qualifying as he tries to defend from the outside in towards turn number 4. Now that is a corner where we saw obviously Lewis Hamilton and Alexander Albon collide. Obviously George Russell, Sergio Perez as well, to name a few. It's always Red Bull Mercedes. And speaking of Mercedes, that was probably the worst commentator's curse I've ever done, as Flexi has unfortunately binned it. So that is not good. And I did say that Flexi was going to do well too. So yeah, I shouldn't really curse people like that. But anyway, there we go. He's down in 13th now. Hayden's had a not the best start either, as we're starting to see Kieran break away from the pack on those medium tyres. Now, according to my tyre data that I have written somewhere, it's going to be medium to hard or hard to medium. I was surprised that quite more people, well, 5 people on the mediums. I thought everyone would go for the hard tyres, because according to my data, the hard to medium strategy is the faster strategy to be on. But people may think there could be safety cars, which is a commonality in this league, so understandable. So the ones on the mediums will be pitting for hards for around about lap 14, 15, and then we got the ones starting on the hard, they're going to pit for mediums on lap 20 to 22. So quite a big margin, obviously, compared to but oh, Slenderman's off! Slenderman's off, so the Mercedes drivers not having a good race. Now, Slenderman is dropping way down to the back of the field. So he's going to go into the pit. Oh, he's spun again. And I think he just about got away with hitting the wall. And, well, he was going to go into the pits, but if you do cut it, you get a 5-second penalty. So he had no choice but to go out an extra lap. Flexi has been overtaken by Shane. Hayden, there is quite a few positions up the field, as we can see. Matter up the inside of Timo into turn 3 and 4. And Matter's up to 7th place. A great start of the race for him so far. We'll get the positions gain in just a moment. Hold on, let me have a look. There we go. So, actually, let me make this full screen on my other screen, because I can't usually see the track map otherwise. So, here we go. So, we have got Kieran up 1, Charlie Harris up 1, Cam up 8 as Flexi and Finlay. We're having a little bit of a ding-dong battle, it seems. No, it's not. Okay. People keep moving. I don't like it. It may be a desync issue. I'm not entirely sure. I hope not. But hopefully these drivers are aware. Luckily, it is a dry section at the moment. You can see Charlie is starting to find his full speed up the BWT sign. Goes to the right-hand side. He thinks about it. But decides to back out on this occasion. He's got plenty of ERS as well, so he can use it on this straight. He is thinking about it, but decided not to because of the DRS train. Someone's gone off. Now, that is Timo on the exit of turn 3. Now, on this game, it has well, widely known that corner exit is more important. I was watching a bit of F1 esports before obviously going to this stream to start it, and corner exit is even more important, and there's a lot more unsteer on this game. If people want oversteer, they've got to tweak their setups to be like it. Now, I was expecting to be some DRS trains, but there isn't any much DRS trains at the moment. The only ones are between AFC and Cam. Cam started last, don't forget, and he's up to 4th, so he's made the most positions up 9. Biggest loser, though, Slenderman, he's down 10, but I believe he has gone into the pits. Don't forget, they do have to serve a mandatory stop. And the top 12 do score points at VSL. And if you do get the fastest lap inside the top 12, you do get 2 bonus points, which could make all the difference. As Jinx has been overtaken by Charlie Harris. So Charlie Harris is on the move right now. He is up into P2. Now, we haven't seen him on our screens for a long time. And wouldn't that be amazing for him to be near the front once again in that Haas car? As in real life, actually, the Haas are still looking for someone to fill in their seat. Could be Mick, could be someone else. More than likely going to be someone else, to be honest, unless Mick proves himself. As I believe, obviously, Mick Schumacher got dropped from the Ferrari Driver Academy as well, or wanted to leave the Ferrari Driver Academy. So, AFC then. I'm looking at Cam's ERS. Now, you can see with the flashing light at the back of the car that he is harvesting energy. So he's recharging it. And with a track like Austria, ladies and gentlemen, it's so hard to recharge and gain your battery back. So you would hope that there was going to be a safety car for them to get the ERS back. So AFC is doing a lot better. Cam, though, is almost on 0. So you can't afford to use any at all. And once you get 10% or lower, that's where you really start to lose the power on in a straight line and lose all that top speed. So if the car behind has more top speed and more ERS, then they might just breeze past you. But we won't see, I don't think we will see any potential moves going into turn number 1. I think we will see some brave ones potentially towards the end of the Grand Prix. So we will have to wait and see how that goes. So, Casper, he's found some form, hasn't he? He's showing some more consistent lap times at the moment. He started off a bit slow, but now he's fighting back through the field. He's got plenty of ERS as well. I think someone just dropped positions, but I'm not entirely sure. There's a yellow flag. That is Speed Knighton, who lost it. Turn 3 again. That is a common place to lose it, not gonna lie. So I'm not really that surprised. But P has dropped down into 14th place last. Nobody has made a pit stop yet, so no one has had anything that warranted too much severe damage. And saying that though, there might be somebody getting damaged soon. So I do not want to say too much or allude to too much at this stage. So Charlie Harris is reeling Kieran in. We will start to see the hard tyres coming to fruition. The crossover point between the mediums and the hards won't be very long at all, so we will watch out for that. Will it be a threat? Oh, someone spun! That's Jinx! That's Jinx that's had a moment! Oh my goodness! The guy that was on pole position today, he has had a moment. And now, loads of cars from like Charlie, Harris, Kieran have overtaken him. Kieran's your race leader. Charlie's now in P2. Cam has now moved up into P3. Now, gutted for him, I have to say. It's a mistake, unfortunately, for Jinx. Maybe he just overcooked it on the power. Some of these guys, don't forget, are running no traction control. So if you get on the power too early, it will send your car into a spin and you will lose the back end. Now, I can't use no TC or meme TC to save my life because I end up spinning no matter what. And it's hard to brake with either of those options on. I used to be able to run medium TC for quite a long time. I think I ran it on F1 2019 or 2020. I think it must have been F1 2019 that I ran. Yeah, it was F1 2019 that I ran medium TC. I just, I wanted to give it a go, see how it worked, and it was a lot better than it is now for me. But, yes, just to point out for that. But Jinx will start to catch very quickly and start to go on a comeback. So, this is now your fight for your race lead now. So, that is Charlie Harris and Kieran. Both on the same amount of tyres And I think the difference will come down to which setup out of the two of them is better with their tyre wear. Because I had that experience at Monza. Oh, another spinner. AFC's gone round. Luckily, the ghosting system is on. So he's able to continue. But he's back up down into 10th position, which is a shame. But we'll see if Charlie Harris fights for the lead. A little bit too further back as we speak. But still a long way to go. I have to say, these drivers keeping it clean. Let's just obviously hope that the steward's office is cleaner today. But saying that, I probably jinxed myself. So, I am not going to say anything more. As many battles have happened back in 2018, 2019, where we saw a battle for the win between Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen has won far too many times, but deserving ones at that. Obviously, the papaya colours of orange always come out in support of Max Verstappen. The Dutch fans, there are a lot of tracks that the Dutch fans can get to, and I remember seeing the atmosphere on TV around Zandvoort. That was epic. That was amazing to see the atmosphere that the fans brought in Zandvoort, and they were even supporting other drivers as well, which was great to see. And they were even supporting the Ferraris back then. But anyway, not going to dive in too much about whether you support one fandom or not. But if you don't like someone, just don't say anything at all. Just saying. But anyway, Charlie Harris, almost 3 tenths behind Kieran. He's in a situation. He's in a situation that I found myself in Hungary, where you just can't overtake due to the fact that you're stuck within, obviously, the dirty air and the train that could start to form up as well. And if Charlie Harris is not careful, Cam is going to catch up sooner or later. The gap now for Cam is 1.5 seconds. And there could have been a time where Charlie could have gained a bit more time. He's got to go for it now. He's got to go for it now. It's not going to be that long before the guys go into the pits. Here he comes then. To the right-hand side. They make a bit of contact. Force wide, it looks like. A bit questionable. But at the moment, Charlie Harris takes your race lead. But usually, if you do force someone off the track, you have to let them through. Otherwise, you get a penalty. But obviously, it's hard to judge from our angle, as someone has gone into a spin. That is Speed Knighton. He's going to get lapped soon, which is not the best outcome for Speed Knighton. But again, like I said earlier, it is still a long way to go. And people can benefit from people's mistakes. And I think most people are just abiding by their own races at the moment. They're just ploughing along, just keeping to their own rhythm, making sure that their tyres are up to temperature as well, and making sure they don't go through the dreaded 70-80% range. There we go, fight for the lead. Kieran's got the lead back from Charlie Harris. So there we go then, Kieran is the only race leader once again. And because of that squabble between Kieran and Charlie Harris, that's allowed Cam to be like, you know what, I want to join this fight too. So this has turned into a DRS train. Now, DRS trains could be a nightmare, absolute nightmare, because if you're in third, you're not going to have the advantage because Charlie Harris also has DRS. So you have to really rely on your setup and your ERS. And if you don't have that either, then you just can't overtake. And you can see if Charlie Harris has the best straight line speed coming up towards turn 9 and 10. Here they come then. Nice sunny day. Now, you probably noticed turn 1 gets a bit blindy if you use Racing Line, as I found out. So you've got to really pick your braking point at this stage. Cam then. He's got less ERS, but I think he's just determined to go for it. Is he going to look for a move? Nope, he's not. But looks like Charlie Harris is going to go for a move. And it could be free wide as Cam has been tucked into the middle of that as well. Here comes Kieran though, to the left-hand side, trying to fend off Charlie Harris, but it doesn't work. Charlie Harris, clean move from him, takes your race lead, and Cam takes second place. You can tell that Kieran is struggling on those medium tyres, and I wonder, are the mediums starting to let go? Because Cam is catching like a hawk right now. So we'll see what Cam can do. Yellow flag, that is AFC that's binned at turn 4, or exit of turn 4. Has a few corner cuts there. A few people got warnings. Oh, Cam was struggling a bit there. That's given Charlie Harris some breathing space, and Kieran was like, thank you very much. I could gain the position back. So, Kieran back up to second. But for how much longer? We got a few more time penalties. Finley has got a time penalty. Timo's got a time penalty, and so it's been nice at the moment. No one else has got time penalties. As you're starting to see the medium runners starting to struggle, and the hard runners really starting to come into their own. And that is a benefit for Cam at the moment. Oh, he's going to go for a late lunge. He's made contact with Kieran. Unfortunately, that did not work. That was a good attempt. No, good attempt in VSL and in general forms of league racing. You just got to take risks. You just got to take risks. Because if you don't take risks, you're not a racing driver. Like, you got to take some gambles. Most of my gambles I take, though, do not pay off. Like, most of the time I'm like, yeah, just stay out and hope for the best. And I end up either getting punted, or a lot of the guys on softer tyres just go past me. So another yellow flag, set to 3. Is that Finley? Yeah, that is Finley. Turn 8 is where he binned that. And I don't think he's got damage, but he's going to go into the pits. He's struggling. Oh, did he get pit lane right? I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, battle for the lead once again. Charlie Harris has got the lead back from Kieran, and Cam has overtaken Kieran again. So this is a three-way fight, which is very exciting. Matt will catch up soon if they're not too careful. So Matt will catch up, sorry. And Cam, he's going to have to stay out for a bit longer, obviously, due to those hard tyres. He's going to potentially pit around about that 20 onto a set of mediums to the end of this race, and can have the benefit of saving the CRS. So we'll see what happens then. Charlie Harris thought about it. Nope, he's not coming in. Yellow flag. That is an Alpine. That is Pete. And that's also Shane. Two completely separate incidents. As Hayden has got past Flexi. Flexi is for same place, turn 7 and 8. To be honest, it catches me out as well. So on this game. So I'm not that surprised. He is struggling a bit for tyres. His tyre temperatures must be through the roof right now. Jesus Christ. As we will start to see Cam catching up once more. It's not helping any of them with their tyre life if they do that. It will just bring Kieran back into play here, and that's going to be very, very exciting. I'm liking the different strategies, and I was expecting the people on the meet to pit lap 14-15, but they're still staying out. So, are they going to stay out until the softs? Now, oh, Cam, peace out. Peace out. As Cam has had a bit of a moment, he hit one of the Red Bulls. That was weird. That was very, very weird. Pete's out of this race. He's retired in the pit lane. I don't blame him because I think he was a lap down. So we have our first retirement. No safety cars though. As my cat is wanting my attention. And it turned out the cat didn't want to go into my room because obviously she knew I was busy. So there we go. Finley just pitted then onto the set of the hard tyres. Is he going to benefit from the undercut? Now, the overcut has worked a lot better on this game compared to the undercut. But obviously, it does depend on the actual pace. So, the top two have got to think about pitting, 'cause it's not going to be that long before the likes of the hard runners pit. Casper is in this fight. So is Matter. With Matter having a clean air and Webcam spinning, that has definitely changed the outcome of this race. And I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. As yellow flag, that's Flexi. So Flexi has had a moment again. It's not going to be that long if they keep spinning, if they are lap down. Now, let me just have a look. Are they a lap down? Ah, no, I want leader. Oh, no, they're not quite a lap down. That's good. That is a relief. But let me get the fastest lap up as whilst I'm here. Fastest lap belonging to the one who retired, Pete, with a 107.00013. Bit of a tongue twister there. So I'll get a bit of the intervals back. Now, Flexi's gone for the softs. Now, there is more clouds than usual. Now, is it starting? It's gone really dark really quickly. So, is it starting? Is there a threat of rain? Is that why everybody's staying out? Interesting. Now, Charlie and Cam are in. Now, if they're going on to soft tyres, I strongly suggest it's going to rain. If they go on to mediums, they'll go to the end of this race. Now, Charlie's gone for softs. He had no other option. Cam's gone on mediums. So if the rain doesn't come out light enough, not heavy enough, or if there's no rain at all, then the guys on the softs, the likes of Flexi and Charlie Harris, are going to be in a spot of bother. They are going to be absolutely messed up. Now, I have another word I'm going to say about this, which begins with F, and I'm not going to say that. Matter has spun. He was running so well. He was running on the podium position, but he had a moment. The Alpine driver where the season obviously could have gone a lot better for him. He is going to try and fight then for fourth place and still get on that podium. So Casper's now brought back into this. His pace, for some reason, has gone absolutely incredible. And that's because those are the signs come into life. Here comes Casper. The mediums, don't forget, can only last about 20 laps. So they're past their sell-by date. There hasn't been any safety car and there hasn't been any VSC. So, here's in the spot of bother. Casper is absolutely fine. So Casper is your race leader. The hards could last 27 laps. So if there is rain, they could stretch it to 27 laps and get to the end of the Grand Prix if they go on into it. Now they do have to pit though. If they do not pit, they will get disqualified. As we're starting to see the fastest lap of the race, 106.850. That was from, is that from Flexi? That must be from Flexi. Yes, it was Flexi. As Casper setting a 108.4 on hards. That's pretty decent. And he's pulling away from Kieran already. Charlie Harris on those softs, getting past Timo quite comfortably there. And with the fresher grip, the softs being around about a second quicker than the hards, it was inevitable. And if he didn't get past, then he would have been in a spot of bother for a bit longer due to obviously tyre temps. Now, I don't ask the drivers about the weather because I always like surprises. I really do. Surprises are fun for me, and they're fun for obviously the guys watching at home. So Cam did get past AFC for P10 there. So Cam making his way up once again. Unfortunate about his spin. If it wasn't for his spin, I think he would have fought for the race victory today. But it's still not over. There still could be a threat of rain. There could still be safety car. Those mediums could get to the end. And with those people that haven't pitted yet, if the rain doesn't come down hard enough. Oh, speaking of rain, there you go. The rain has fallen then. The rain has fallen here at VSL at the Austria ring, Red Bull ring, A1 ring, whatever you'd like to call it. Has Philly's got himself another time penalty. He's quite common around this track. Hayden's in. Now, is Hayden going to be very brave and go on the intermediate tyres? Now, that is... I don't get it. It's going to be too early for him for that, but we will see. Is he going on inters? Yes, it is inters then. But looking at the track, it's not wet enough for my collection of it. It's slippery, bear in mind, but that is a risk that I do not want to be taking right now. James has got past Kieran, but for how much longer? As Kieran tries to defend on the left-hand side, heading towards turn 7. Another yellow flag, so I think it's getting more treacherous at the moment. AFC's gone to a spin, and he's probably damaged his front wing now after he's done that. No, his rear wing, not his front wing. Same, not quite same thing. So, yellow flag, safety car. Now, that has thrown the ones who stayed out a lifeline. In particular, Kieran, who if I had a question to ask him at the end of the race, I would like to ask him, how long did you get your tyres? Like, what was your potential of tyres before going on to set the inters? Because that is deadly. But that safety car has saved him. But if I was Casper, if I was Jinx, if I was Matter, if I was Timo, those guys who's still yet to stop, what would you do? And what would you do in the chat? What would you do in the chat? Would you box? Or would you stay out? Now, I would probably stay out one more lap, but there is some slippery parts of the circuit, bearing in mind. So we got Cam, AFC, Finley, Flexi, Shane, Slenderman and Hayden on the inters then. Casper's got nothing to lose. He's leading. So he's coming in. He took the pit lane correctly there. That was good from Casper. Well done. Jinx, I didn't see his pit lane entry, but I'm assuming it was fine. He's going on to inters as well. Kieran, I think they've all been told, or they're trying to cover off people who pitted quite early on. Yes, everyone's in, so could this be a lifeline for the ones who pitted early on inters? I think the gap is too much, but we will see, because don't forget there is a delta, so I think Casper will still come out ahead. So like I said, he's got nothing to lose. So everybody now is on inters. Now it is damp now, it is intermediate tyres, so I can see why my Mark wanted them to pit onto the inters at the moment. So we will run through your order right now. So we've got and I forgot to change the description of the thingy, and I feel like a complete idiot by doing that. I'll do that in a minute actually. But anyway, Casper is your race leader, from Jinx in second, Kieran in third, Matter in fourth, Charlie Harris in fifth, Timo in sixth, Shane in seventh, Slenderman in eighth, Hayden in ninth, Cam in 10th, Flexi in 11th, Finley in 12th, and that'll be your point scores at the moment. But bearing in mind that Casper and... Sorry, I need to get a bit more comfortable with my chair there. Casper and Jinx have a time penalty. I will get the time penalties up on my screen if I get the right information up. There we go. So, Casper's on 3 seconds. Jinx is on 3 seconds. Timo's on 3 seconds. Cam is on 6. Finley's on 9. So, there we go. Those are your penalties right now, and that could change the course of this race. I wouldn't have wanted a safety car if you had penalties. Unless you had a 5 second. If you had a 5 second, you would have got it removed in the pits. I think that's what some people did. But correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But whilst we're here, I'm going to do a few cheeky plugs for VSL. So if you're liking the racing so far for VSL, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell if you are new, and also like this video as well, because obviously YouTube will tell you to watch more of our streams. We stream every Wednesday at 8 PM UK time. So if you are watching it back, you're missing out on all the fun if you're not watching it live, by the way. So make sure you do watch it live, 8 PM on Wednesdays. It's usually myself and Evil Dragon. Obviously, Evil Dragon, due to personal circumstances, can't make it tonight. And you can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram. We have, that is at VSL_F1, where you get notified on when we stream and when the races are and handle all of that. And make sure you go onto our Patreon as well, patreon.com/VSLF1. There are 3 tiers. So the tier 1, which is £2 per month, includes Discord benefits and a chat community. Tier 2 includes Discord benefits, Patreon-only updates, chat community, community nights, and live streams. And a VIP VSL family member for £8 a month includes Discord benefits, live streams, Patreon-only updates, chat community, early access, community nights, full-time seats in our F1 league, monthly giveaways, and thumbnail wallpapers. Now, I probably would have wanted to join to that tier before, but we would obviously have to wait and see for that one. And also you can check me on social media if you are if you're wanting to. I am at JessGames95 on Twitter. I'm at JessGames95 on Instagram. I'm at JessGames95 on TikTok. And yes, you guessed it, I'm at JessGames95 on Twitch. Like to keep things simple. So there we go. So everyone has caught up to the safety car. So hopefully safety car should be in this lap. And right on cue, safety car is in this lap. So, Casper now becomes your de facto safety car. Not going to be that long to the end of the race. We're on lap 27, and as soon as the safety car happens, we'll be on lap 28. Now, I don't know if we'll still get DRS enabled. I think due to the treacherous and the dampness of the track, I think is going to be not wet enough. Well, I think it's going to be wet enough for DRS to be disabled, sorry. I'm twisting my words, okay? But anyway, Casper's already gone away. And you can't overtake until the start. No! Jigs has done it again! Jigs has done it again, folks! He has spun in the final corner. Oh, that was close! Careful! Oh my goodness. Jinx! Why on earth do you throw it away like that? Oh my god, he had the pace to fight for the lead there. And he just lost it. How's everybody else doing? Shane's had a good restart. He's trying to go down the right-hand side of Slenderman. Heading towards turn 4. It's going to be 3 wide. The 2 Aston Martins potentially could be working together. Timo and Charlie Harris going for it now. In towards turn 4. Here he goes then. Can Timo brake just about the right time? Yes, he can. Oh, Charlie Harris has spun. Charlie Harris has spun. And as you can see, that is why a lot of people are struggling. I wonder if a lot of people are running wet setups. Shane's off. Hayden's got no front wing. What is going on? I'm surprised we haven't got a safety car for that. But whilst all this is happening, Casper is leading quite comfortably. 1.9 seconds. Timo, he's got a lot of work to do. He's got no threat of Charlie Harris in front now. A lot of people are going to have to pit for front wings. I did say it was clean, but as soon as the rain comes, people just get damaged. And will we start to see the same positions, and will it just come down to basically a race of survival now? I really don't know at this point. So Jinx right now, he's Is he in that train? Yeah, he's still in that train. He's still in that train. So, he should be absolutely fine in saying that. He's had a bit of a moment again in turn 4. So that is commentator's curse number 2 or 3 or... To be honest, I'm losing count of how many commentators' curses are made on the stream. And it's not good. It's not good. I shouldn't do it. I shouldn't do it. It's not on at the moment. 2 seconds now. But don't forget, Casper has that 3-second penalty. So at the moment, as it stands, Kieran is your net race for winner. But Casper's got the pace. If he can continue his pace and gain like around about 3 or 4 tenths a lap, he should be able to hang on. But Kieran, he's pushing. He knows that if he can stay within Casper's penalty range, Kieran could win this race. But don't forget, they are teammates. Will there be team orders? I just hope that there won't be any team orders, but like I said, anything can happen in Formula 1. And it usually does. As Finley is going for a move on Cam then. So the 2 Alpha Tauris, they're pulling off a sweat at the moment with Finley and Cam. So fair play to them, keeping it on the track. No spins from those 2. And saying that, they'll probably go into a spin soon. So I'm probably going to shut up about the word spin and potentially not say it at all. Thank you to those of you that just joined us, by the way. Tier 2 has just finished, so I'm guessing quite a few of you that come from Tier 2. You can check that stream out after this. So, it's getting even more slippery now. So the ones that are doing well are the ones that triggered changed their setups for the changeable conditions. And if they got it right, then they are going to be in for... Well, the ones with good setups are going to be in for a very good haul of points this race. And like I said at the start of the stream, we do have no championship standings at the moment. But we do, well, the graphics man and obviously the coordinators are hoping to get the standings out for Monday. Obviously the standings from like France or so. Well, obviously things are busy. Quite a few people were away doing other commitments. So lap 32 of 36. Who is going to hold their nerve? Will Kieran do enough to win this race, or will Casper pull away? AFC, another penalty. So just bearing in mind, only a few people have got penalties. That's Kieran, Flexi, Matta, Charlie Harris and Shane. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people there. Hayden is going into the pit lane. And Hayden, now that is interesting. Hayden has gone for 4 wets. Interesting. I don't think it's enough for 4 wets right now. It's not raining hard enough for 4 wets. So that is a gamble, but he's probably thinking, you know what, I've got nothing to lose. I'm in the points. Well, you're not in the points, are you? I was riding aboard with the other Aston Martin. But you got nothing to lose, you're a bit further back. Why not play some gambles? And if it doesn't work, well, you know, not to try it again. But every lobby with changeable conditions is different. You can't just expect the same thing all the time. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work at all. But we will obviously have to wait and see how that develops. 2.7 now. is the gap between Casper and Kieran. They can't afford to drop further than that. It's got to be. He can't go lower than 3 seconds. If he does, then Kieran wins the race. If he extends his gap by more than 3 seconds, then Casper's won this race. So 3 more laps to go. And are we starting to see, I think people are starting to get used to the wet conditions now after obviously the sun shot with front wing damages, and people are starting to fight it back as Cam and Jinx going side by side there. Up the hill then towards turn 3. Cam has the left-hand side line. It could be 3 wide. Oh, that was a late move from Jinx. That worked off. And AFC going to the right-hand side now. Is he going to keep it to his line? We don't know. Timo is having a battle with Slenderman. These battles can change the course of the game. Make sure that you watch until the end. Timo versus Slenderman are fighting like crazy. Slenderman almost going for a spin there. So this is a fight for second place on the road, because Kieran is not doing enough to close the gap to Casper to get that race win. So Kieran is going to have to settle for P2. Now, yellow flag, that is Shane, I think. Is it Shane? Or is it Hayden? No, it's Hayden. Okay, it is Hayden. But Slenderman has got past Timo up into P3. But I know Timo's going to try and go for the switchback. He is going to go for the switchback then. Oh my god. Slenderman went for a late move. Or did someone lose it? I don't know. There's been quite a bit that has happened during the race, and it was obviously quite intense. So, 4.2. So he is more yellow flags. Now, there's another, yeah. I think with Shane and Hayden going on those inters, that's just those 4 wets. It just doesn't work at the moment. If it was, I think, a few laps later, they would have been fine. He is chucking it down, to be fair. So, it could have happened. So, I think we'll start to see more people start to struggle at this point now. I don't think anyone's on the right tyres, you know. But we will see inside the top 11. So, Casper on the final lap makes his way towards turn 1 for the final time. Kieran crosses the line for the final lap. Timo not that far behind. Bit of a squirmy moment. Slenderman's going to fight with him once again. These conditions are absolutely treacherous. It's difficult. You can barely see. Someone's gone off in Aston Martin again. And Hayden has tied in the pit lane. So, I thought he was tied on track there, but that was the other Aston Martin. So, there we go. So, Slenderman's going to get the better traction then, heading towards turn 4. Nicely done. Nicely controlled from Slenderman there. Oh, a bit of a touch there. That was tight. Lads, come on. It's Timo to the right there. Is they going to be brave and go for a move towards turn 7? Slenderman thinking about it to our right. They're still going to go side by side. Oh, towards turn 8 then. I think Timo just about has the edge. Or maybe. No, he doesn't. Slenderman's going to go for the lunge then. Heading towards the final corner. But Casper is going to come across the line to win the race. Kieran across the line in second. But who's going to come third? On track, it's going to be Timo. Then it's Slenderman. Then it's Matter, Flexi, Finley. Even with the penalties, it's not changing too much, unfortunately. But anyway, it's Charlie Harris, then Jinx, Finley, Cam. Then obviously, due to 2 retirements, everyone that's finished a score points. So, Shane, score points, that'll be lovely. Fastest lap, I think, still belongs to Pete. But no, it's not Pete. It is Charlie Harris. So, congratulations to Charlie Harris for getting 2 extra bonus points, which can make a difference in the championship. So there we go. So that was your race. I was not expecting to be changeable conditions. And like I said, that's why I don't ask for weather updates. Because I love that surprise. It's great. I was expecting it to be a fully dry race, but it wasn't. It was a dry qualifying though. So we will go through your results and we'll go through a bit of the podium celebrations. I'm almost certain there's going to be a few stewards reports after what's happened in the intermediate conditions, and suddenly it obviously turned to before wet. So here comes the Red Bull celebrations. It's a Red Bull 1-2. That's going to be very good for the constructors. And Casper, I believe, takes his second win of the season. Now, I do need to ask Casper now, does he still have a broken brake pedal, or has he fixed it? But I will message him. He's probably watching the stream back, so if you are, just message me, mate. But anyway, we'll go through your results then. It's gone completely dry again. Typical. So, Casper wins then. From Kieran, from Timo, from Slenderman, Matter, Flexi, Charlie Harris, Jinx, Finley, Cam, your top 10. AFC Shana, your top 12, and they score points. Charlie Harris gets the fast lap point, as I was saying. But your retirements are Hayden and Pete. And again, I don't have to scroll down, which is very good news. So, that was the Austrian Grand Prix. And we are going to wrap it there. So, next week is going to be very interesting because we are going to be back doing the sprint format, which was fun last time. There was quite a few incidents, but hopefully less incidents than last time because obviously the track is more wider. And as you can see, it has an S next to Silverstone in Britain. So we're going to the British Grand Prix for the second sprint race of the season. So for those of you that are new to VSL and wonder how our sprint race format is going to be working out. So we're going to start with one-shot quali. Then do a sprint race, which is usually, I think, 10 laps. But I'll need to double check that. But it's probably more than that. It's basically a 25% race pretty much, but it might be more than that or less than that, but I don't know. Then we head to Monaco, and then obviously we have our week break. So our week break is on the 5th of October. Now that's good because I am away for work away day on that day, so thank goodness that I don't need to worry about that. And then obviously we've got Belgium, Singapore, Japan, Portugal, then Imola, Netherlands, Brazil, and Abu Dhabi. So that's a quick reminder of your calendar. I would just like to say thank you so much to everyone that's joined us. You can catch us same time next week. And fingers crossed Mr. Evil Dragon can join me back in the commentary box again. And good news for any of you that were worried about him. He is okay now. He is fine, which is always good news. I was getting a bit worried about him, but he is absolutely fine now. But anyway, we are about to head off. But before we do that, I will put an image of the Queen for the final minute or so to obviously raise to have a tribute to the death of Her late Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. So, and quite a lot of people were running black helmets, so that was an amazing tribute, guys. So thank you. We will see you next week for the British Grand Prix. I'm going to have a bit of a lie down now because I'm tired. But anyway, have a good evening. I will leave you with the image of the Queen. Goodbye.